Hi, my name is Mandy Covington and I'm going to do my speech on school uniforms. Alright. When you watch a movie or a television show that shows students in school uniforms, what do you think? Most people think of a private school or the rich kids. But that might not be completely accurate. According to the Department of Education in the 2007 to 2008 school year, 15.5% of schools required uniforms, of public schools required uniforms. More and more public schools districts are instigating school uniforms in their schools, and the debate on whether this is constitutional or helpful for students is a highly debated topic. Some might think that establishing school uniforms is against the students' and the parents' First Amendment rights, but I believe that school uniforms are a good way to help improve education. Personally, I've never been required to wear a school uniform, but I am required to wear a uniform to work every day, and my dad was in the military, and he was also required to wear a uniform. I've seen students who are required to wear school uniforms as they've grown up, and I've seen how different they act in uniform compared to when the children who don't wear uniforms. Today I'm going to go over some of the many reasons why school uniforms are a benefit to society. School uniforms help students to feel more equal to one another, helps them to feel safe in their school environment, and it helps teach students to learn how to work and be professional, which will help them in the workplace in the future. First, we'll go over how school uniforms help students to feel more equal to one another. School uniforms can help a student and help a school and its students in a variety of ways. But one way they assist, especially, is helping students feel more confident. Other students' confidence might be lowered if school uniforms are put into practice, but the equalization of school uniform brings far outweighs those children whose confidence would waver with school uniforms. The implementation of school uniforms makes students have an even playing field to grow from, making one less thing for the less fortunate students to have to worry about when they go to school. School uniforms act as social equalizers, stopping the fashion wars that tend to plague schools. If everyone is wearing the same thing, it helps to promote an acceptance of others, and it helps a student to grow with the originality within themselves. President Clinton even agreed with this philosophy. In his 1996 State of the Union address, he said, "If it means that our young people will learn to evaluate themselves by what they are on the inside instead of what they're wearing on the outside, then our public schools should be able to require their students to wear school uniforms." As a result of the students gaining stronger self-esteem, it's possible that attendance could increase. Richard F. Daugherty, an associate professor in the Department of Educational Leadership at the University of Nevada in Reno and former public school leader and teacher administrator, claimed that less embarrassment over clothing could increase attendance. It's an easy correlation to make. Less embarrassment over clothing raises self-esteem, which will cause students to come to school, which improves attendance, and furthermore improves grades. Because if students are in school more, their grades are bound to improve. Giving students a reason to feel a little more equal to one another is just one reason, but what about the student safety? School uniforms not only help students gain a higher self-esteem and equalize the students, but they're an easy way to help students feel safe in their environment at school. The main use of school uniforms in the safety department has to do with gang affiliations. In many school districts, there are gang affiliations, and it's dangerous for students because they may accidentally wear some type of gang-affiliated attire and be harmed for it. Al Valdez, a supervisor of the gang unit in Orange County, California, who works with the district attorney's office with 21 years of law enforcement under his belt, informs us that there are many documented instances where non-gang member students inadvertently wearing a certain color or style of clothing have been targeted and attacked by gang members, sometimes receiving fatal injuries. In schools where school uniforms are not used, the gangs are able to have their uniforms shown. Gang clothing is a gang uniform to real gang members, Valdez claims, and if we apply school uniforms, that fear can be avoided. If the students are afraid of being jumped by a gang because they might be wearing the wrong clothing, their minds will not be focused on their studies. Valdez argues, students do not learn well when scared. Also, if the students are afraid, what stops the teachers from being afraid? If a teacher is more comfortable, the better job of teaching he or she can do. School uniforms are an easy way to assist schools in making the environment feel safer for the students and the teachers by avoiding anything coming close to gang affiliations. We've now established 2 ways school uniforms can benefit students. Now let's go over yet another reason that will help students even more because it helps them in the future. Schools are able to help students prepare for their futures, and school uniforms assist in doing that. Many jobs and careers today require uniforms or some form of required attire. So why not implement that in schools to help prepare our students for the future? Daugherty claims that uniforms can help students prepare for the work world where expectations are greater. In the workplace, one is required to have a business-like attitude of professionalism and efficiency, and promoting those values in schools can be helped by implementing uniforms. Teaching children that when you dress a certain way, you should act a certain way helps to convey a particularized message. Uniforms help to establish the message of what activities to be done. As Valdez stated, students who dress to learn will learn. Youth that dress for play will play. When you establish at a younger age that dressing a certain way promotes certain activities, it makes an easy segue into the professional workplace for students. Even after going over just a few reasons why school uniforms are such a benefit to students, it can clearly be seen that it's a good investment to implement school uniforms. When school uniforms are implemented in public schools, the students are able to benefit from the effects of the mindset of the uniforms. They will be able to feel safe enough in the environment to learn, they will be able to gain real self-worth, and be able to gain some knowledge to apply to the future. In an article produced by the Gale Opposing Viewpoints, they presented the fact that uniforms work as a catalyst for change and provide a highly visible window of opportunity. It is this window which allows additional programs to be implemented. If implementing school uniforms is the first step to getting educational reform, so be it. Thank you.